the war, are the word that has shaped the course of human history, leaving behind scars that never fully heal. From the trenches of World War I to the nuclear shadows of World War II, humanity has witnessed the devastating consequences of global conflict. But as tensions rise in the 21st century, one question looms larger than ever. Are we on the brink of World War III? And if so, what would it look like? Where would be safe? What would the world look like after the dust settles? Today, we dive deep into the realities of a potential global conflict, exploring the probabilities, the safest havens, the potential losses, and the emergence of a new world order. Let's start with the possibilities. The idea of World War III is no longer confined to the realms of science fiction or conspiracy theories. The world is more interconnected and more fragile than ever before. Rising tensions between superpowers, the proliferation of advanced weaponry, and the erosion of diplomatic channels have created a volatile global landscape. Consider this: the ongoing rivalry between the United States and China, the resurgence of Russia as a global player, and the instability in regions like the Middle East and the Korean Peninsula. Any one of these flashpoints could ignite a chain reaction. And in a world armed with nuclear weapons, cyber warfare capabilities, and AI-driven military technology, the stakes are unimaginably high. But what would World War III actually look like? Unlike the world wars of the past, a modern global conflict would likely be a hybrid war, fought not just on land, sea, and air, but also in cyberspace and outer space. Imagine entire cities plunged into darkness by cyber attacks, drones conducting precision strikes, and the ever-present threat of nuclear annihilation. The human cost would be catastrophic. Experts estimate that a full-scale nuclear exchange could result in hundreds of millions of deaths within hours. And that's not even accounting for the long-term effects of radiation, economic collapse, and the breakdown of global supply chains. The world as we know it would be irrevocably changed. Now let's address the question on everyone's mind. Where would be safe? In the event of a global conflict, some countries are better positioned to weather the storm. These are nations with geographic isolation, political neutrality, and strong self-sufficiency. Countries like New Zealand, Iceland, and Switzerland have long been considered safe havens. New Zealand, for instance, is remote, with a low population density and abundant natural resources. Iceland, situated in the North Atlantic, is far from major conflict zones and has a resilient infrastructure. Switzerland, with its history of neutrality and fortified mountain terrain, is another strong contender. But safety isn't just about geography. It's also about stability. Nations with strong governance, low corruption, and a high degree of social cohesion are more likely to survive the chaos of a global war. Of course, no country would be entirely immune to the fallout, both literal and figurative. The economic and social disruption would be felt worldwide. Supply chains would collapse, leading to shortages of food, medicine, and essential goods. Millions would be displaced, creating a global refugee crisis unlike anything we've ever seen. And then there's the psychological toll. Living under the constant threat of annihilation, dealing with the loss of loved ones, and grappling with the destruction of entire cities, these are traumas that would shape generations to come. But what happens after the war? History shows us that even the darkest times can give rise to new beginnings. A post-World War III world would likely see the emergence of a new global order. Power structures would shift, alliances would be redrawn, and new technologies would reshape society. One possibility is the rise of regional powers. With traditional superpowers weakened, countries like India, Brazil, or even smaller nations with strategic advantages could take on greater roles in global governance. We might also see the formation of new international organizations aimed at preventing future conflicts, though whether they would succeed is another question entirely. Technology would play a key role in rebuilding the world. Advances in renewable energy, artificial intelligence, and biotechnology could help address some of the challenges left in the war's aftermath. But they could also create new risks as the world struggles to find a balance between progress and security. So where does this leave us? The possibility of World War III is a grim reminder of the fragility of our world. But it's also a call to action. To strengthen diplomacy, to address the root causes of conflict, and to build a more resilient global society. The future is uncertain, but it's not inevitable. The choices we make today, as individuals, as nations, and as a global community, will determine whether we move toward peace or peril. The question is, which path will we choose? Thank you for watching. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analyses. Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. What do you think the future holds? And what steps can we take to ensure a safer, more peaceful world? Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay hopeful.